Hey, it's me.
Step 1, you loosen the lambda.
Well,
Step 2, you tighten the
you're a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso in the battery. Well, I was sitting here thinking that they say that Venice is going under water. Well, the way they built Venice is, I have an idea. Well, they said Venice is known for their bridges. That's what kept Venice over the years going, because of the bridges that's in Venice and everything. So my idea was, to help Venice out from flooding, is a water pump bridge. A water pump bridge. I looked at Venice. Venice is like a little island. So if you put two, you could put three if you want. Two bridges that leads to the mainland, and the main purpose of the bridges is to hold the water pump, and so when Venice gets flooded, the water pump can push all that water out onto the water pump bridges on each side of the Venice. And then when onto the mainland, you can make like a waterfall, on the mainland. Like you make a waterfall, so you can make like a little lake or not, like a pond or something. It looks like when Venice gets overwhelmed by the ocean, it gets flooded. So if you put two water pump bridges, maybe a third water pump bridge, and you can lead all it just looks like the water needs to go somewhere. I don't think you should mess with the foundation of Venice, because they say they use tree trunks, and the tree trunks been holding up Venice all these years underneath the water. And it says the tree trunks are good with the water, so it lasts long because of the water or something with the tree trunk, with the water or whatever. So my idea to save Venice from going underwater is like two water bridge pump, and the main purpose of the bridge, because the whole point of why Venice lasts this long is because of the bridges. The bridges is keeping the water. So I was thinking making two, if you make three if you want. And the main purpose of the bridges to the mainland is water pumps. You need water pumps in Venice. So the main point of the bridges going to the mainland is sucking out all that water that's on Venice, and you can make at the end of the bridges like a waterfall or something. You can make a waterfall and make it look cool and everything, like like a waterfall, like, you know what I'm saying? To fix Venice, all you need is more bridges, and water pump bridges, and it would suck out all the water from Venice, and it keep it, and it will and you can make it look, because it looked like whoever built Venice was a genius, because it was an the art design, and you want to keep that architectural design in Venice. So on the bridges, the bridges is the key here now. It looks like bridges in Venice is keeping Venice alive. So all you need to do is build like 2 Venice on each side that leads to the mainland, and you can pump out all that water that's on Venice on the land, and to make that keep that architectural design of Venice, you can make the bridges be like a waterfall on the end of the you know what I'm saying? You want to keep that art in Venice, because the Renaissance started in Venice, right, basically. So Venice is like an artistical kind of city or whatever. So all you need is put more bridges. Put one on this side and one on this side, and maybe a third one. And at the end, you can keep that artistical design of Venice, and it will pump out all that water on Venice. And at the end, you can make it look cool and make a waterfall. And you built waterfalls on the end of the water pump, and you have a little, whatever. You know, it looks like you just have to drain the water. The water has to come when the tide gets high. It just looks like need to put the water somewhere. So my idea was water pump bridges in Venice, and it leads to the mainland, and you can build like a waterfall on the end of the bridge towards. It's not meant. These bridges are not meant for driving. These bridges is meant to pump out the water that's on the land or something. So it'd be, and then you can keep that artistical design of Venice and make a waterfall on the land or something. If that made any sense. I was laying here, because all you hear nowadays, people back in the day knew what they were doing. Somebody built Venice, knew what they were doing. People nowadays, people don't read enough books. People were stronger and tougher back in the day, and people were smarter back in the day. So it just looks like people are not. You're making it too complicated. Venice is already built, so all you need to figure out is where to put all that water. So water pumps. You need water pumps in Venice bridges, and it can lead to the mainland, and you can build like a waterfall and something on whatever. It was just an idea to help out. Just to help out Venice, because everybody looks like they can't figure out how to fix Venice, but you're making it too complicated. Because whoever built Venice, that was a simple task. They built Venice on a swamp. That's why anybody that can build something in a swamp is a genius. So the hard part of Venice is done. Now you just gotta figure out where to put all that water. Water pumps. And the water pump bridges, water pump, and the main things of these bridges is to pump out all that extra water that's on Venice to keep Venice from flooding. Water pump bridges. water pump bridges. You can put each bridges on each side of Venice, and if you want to put a third one, you can put a third one, and you can keep that artistical look by putting a waterfall on the end of the bridge of the towards the land. So when you see these waterfalls, you know that you're close to Venice or something, right? Because just you get what? Hello, anybody out there? Anybody out there on the internet? How to keep Venice from flooding? Water bridges, water pump bridges. Because water pump bridges. All you have to do is pump the water off the Venice land, and you're like, where should we put all this extra water? Well, make a waterfall. You can make a waterfall on the end of the bridge. You put the water has to go somewhere, so make a waterfall. I don't know if that makes any sense. It popped in my head when I was laying down. So, how to fix Venice? You just need to figure out where to put all that extra water. And it looks like I read on what kept Venice going is the bridges. So all you need is water pumps on each side of Venice. Venice is like an island right now, and it will draw out all that extra water, but you can keep that artistic look of Venice by making the water pump a waterfall, and it will look cool on the land, on the main land or whatever, on the whatever. Bridges. The key to saving Venice is bridges. The water pump bridges. If anybody get what the heck I'm saying. Well, that's all I have to say about that. This is a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies on.